and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But third down coming up. Throwing on third down, Fields. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
There is something to a game plan. We're trying to keep a defense honest with a guy with that type of speed. You do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
Oh, a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field. They snap it to Fields. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Daz Newsome, 53 yards. And the Bears' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Well, CD, when you combine accuracy with a big arm, you get throws like that. And Justin Fields may very well be making these kinds of plays at the pro level for years to come.
And give him credit. He deserves it. But this is such a breakdown defensively. My goodness. From a pass rush perspective, you know that they got to be coming hard on fourth down trying to get to the quarterback. But from a coverage perspective, how do you not see that play developing? And it turns into a touchdown.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. That time a 6-play drive, and the end result is a Bears touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Johnson won't return this, and the football will come out to the 25. Outrun the Cleveland Browns, winners in Week 2 over the Houston Texans, and 1-1 this season now. Same record for every team right now in the AFC North after 2 weeks. Baker Mayfield, Charles, played through injury, led his team to a pair of second-half touchdowns. Cleveland got a scare from the Texans, though, but ultimately got their first win and are off to a good start to 2021. Remember, they almost beat Kansas City Week 1.
And Baker Mayfield responds to adversity so well. Typically, it's when someone says something or says he can't do something and he uses it as fuel. This time, a little bit of an injury. Got his shoulder popped back in, didn't miss a snap, and led Cleveland to 17 points and went a perfect 9 for 9 throwing the ball in the second half. Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt, they ran the ball really well, 151 combined yards. And how about their schedule coming up, Brandon? You got to tell people what's happening with them now.
Yeah, they host Chicago, then 2 on the road at Minnesota and the Chargers. Browns don't play their first in-division game until Week 8 against Pittsburgh. On the return, here comes Newsome. So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. So we reach halftime with the visiting Bears out on top here as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. It was a very strong first half for our rookie quarterback. First order of business, though. Let's get a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for Chicago. And even though they've got a halftime lead, they're likely devising ways as we speak to try and get a little more production from...
You sure you're ready for the third quarter? Need to use a bathroom or anything? All right, cool. Let's go. Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. And they're going to have terrific field position as they finally get to him, but just shy of the midfield stripe.
In a game like this, you're fighting, you're scratching, you're clawing, you're hammering away. That return has the feel of maybe cracking the rock and giving them a chance to get a big-time advantage.
The Bears in good field position to start out 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. Third quarter starting with a run from Montgomery. And really a heck of an effort there to duck out of one tackle, but it winds up only going for a yard. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up.
Touchdown, Chicago! And even 50 yards for David Montgomery. And the Bears come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. And that one heck of a run right there. Once he got loose, you could tell that he was going to run a long way. That was pretty impressive.
And there's an old chestnut of an expression called getting on your horse. And I hate to use it, but I'm going to right here because it absolutely applies. How about the head of steam he had behind him? And he was absolutely galloping downfield. That was something to see.
Now the point after try for Santos. And it's good to make it 14-0. It only took him 2 plays there to find the end zone. The last one, the long run, getting him in for 6 points. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Johnson won't return this, and the football will come out to the 25. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the third quarter. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
Don't do us like that.
You need your wide receivers as blockers. Sometimes they get a hold.
The big runs are often a result of what they do on the perimeter. In this case, got caught holding, and this one will come back.
Following the penalty, Chubb. Roquan Smith, the Bears' leading tackler last year, up to make the play.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Second down, here's Chubb again. Finding room at the 30, and all the way up to the 33-yard line. So from second and long, now we go to third and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on to punt for Cleveland. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Desperation time. Mayfield on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. Gets by him at the 25, and inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Let's go.
And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Still 9 remaining on second down. A give to Montgomery out of the gun. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
Let's go.
The Browns will quickly use their third and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is first and goal. And they'll try the option on first and goal. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on second and goal here. Fields going to keep it once more. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. But sometimes that option can get bogged down before the gears really even get into motion, and I think that's what we saw there.
And I think what he saw defensive end right in his face because he looked up and he was right there. Didn't even have a chance to get going.
And he's got his man. That's Robinson. Touchdown Bears. Allen Robinson there to make the grab. And the Bears have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter. He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the fourth quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like fourth quarter, and the QBing is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it loose and having fun.
Santos now to add the PAT. And it is now 21-0. A drive that time of 6 plays, and it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Johnson won't return this, and the football will come out to the 25. Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points. You feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Dancing to his left. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
Well, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field. So you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.